Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Zodiac Bandit, and today I want to be talking about who I believe should be the next guest to appear in Critical Role. It's been a while since we've had a guest, and we are 42 episodes deep, 43 episodes deep, and I believe it's time to get some more rolling, as Campaign 1 had a ton in the early portions of it, and Campaign 2 had a handful in the early portions as well, so I believe it's time that we get some more appearing in Critical Role Campaign 3. Yes, it is COVID times, or still technically COVID times, but I do think we should have some more guests appearing, and I've heard a few rumors, so I would like to talk about them today on this video, so let's get into it. So firstly, I want to talk about two people who I think could return in Campaign 3, and that's obviously Dorian and Robbie. I think he needs to come back at some point. I think most people do. They really enjoyed Robbie, and I love a ton of the stuff surrounding his character. Like, I love the idea of the Silken Squall, and there's still kind of a debt to pay for Jenna Huxham and his sibling. Kind of. They got the money for it, but they need to pay it off still somehow, as he was set up by stealing the statue or whatever the hell it was, but he didn't actually steal it. So there is still technically that thread there, but I really, really like the idea of the Silken Squall. I think that needs to come back in some form or shape, however the heck, and Robbie needs to come back for an extended period of time. Maybe another 14 episodes if need be, and it seems like we could be potentially coming on the end of whatever this Ruidus arc is, or this Ruidus saga, so I think that'd be really cool for the next portion to return Dorian and Robbie and the Silken Squall. I think that'd be really fun, and they could easily teleport him in right now as he's at potential arms, or like he's right near, and he's actually friends with Sean Gilmore now, and I'm pretty sure Sean Gilmore could probably teleport him. If not, Allura could probably set him up with some sort of teleportation. So we could see him appear at any point in time, I'm sure. And I just want Robbie back. Robbie fits so well with the group that so many people wanted him to be the 8th character, or the 8th player, and I think that would have been very fitting for him. So yeah, let's get Robbie back. That'd be fun. And the other player would be Erika Ishii and her character Yu. I think since they're going to the Fae realm, it's not too far out of the realm of possibility for this character and player to return. And do I think the group would allow her to come back and, meddle with them? Probably not, and especially, the whole thing of guests would actually be kind of strained by this, because they're not going to be very trusting of people after what you did, with the exception of literally Dorian. So it's kind of hard to see if this would actually happen or not, but I think it'd be fun. The dynamic, especially with Fern, was kind of interesting, as she kind of potentially trusted you a little bit more than her own parents when we first realized that Yu was not to be fully trusted. So definitely interesting, and with them going to the Fae realm and everything, potentially they could swing her to the side of the Bell's Hells, and we could see her join them in the attempt to destroy whatever machines they're going after. So yeah, I think Yu would be fun, and Erika Ishii was a fun character or player to have around. So maybe she could come back. The next person I want to talk about has appeared on Critical Role before, but in fact was a DM and was a player for a one-shot. So I do believe this person deserves to be on the main game for Critical Role, and that is Brendan Lee Mulligan. He is amazing. I enjoy him as a player and a DM. So, and with his excellent job with EXU Calamity, that guy deserves to be on the regular campaign. He was spectacular for that. And I think that he really does just deserve to be allowed to play, because he is a DM a lot on Dimension 20, and when he came over to Critical Role for more than one episode, he was a DM again. So I do believe this guy, Brendan Lee Mulligan, deserves to be a player. I think he would be a perfectly chaotic person to see in the Feywild, as that is where we're seemingly going within the next handful of sessions, and I think it'd be really cool. And if he really wanted to be someone who's not from the Feywild, there are apparently a ton of Ruidusborn running around right now, and with his knowledge on the lore that I'm sure Matt has sent him, or have at least talked to him about, they could easily make a really strong lore-based character surrounding what a Ruidusborn is, and we could learn much more about it from that character, or another sort of perspective on what it means to be Ruidusborn. There's tons of possibilities with Brendan Lee Mulligan, and I do believe he needs to at some point appear in the main campaign of Critical Role, and it should be soon. I think he is well deserving of all the praise he's gotten from the fans because of Calamity, and he just needs to play. As a forever DM myself, or for the most part a forever DM, sometimes you just want to play, and he needs to play. So let's see Brendan Lee Mulligan in Critical Role Campaign 3. And for the new guest, who I believe should be the next new guest, weird wording, is Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps or Ecoraptor fame, sequelitis and such on YouTube. But anyway, I think he fits in super well with the group, or he will fit in super well with the group. And as far as I'm aware, he's never appeared on Critical Role yet, but he is close friends with, or at least, close acquaintances with Matt Mercer, as Matt Mercer has appeared on 2 of his shows, that being The Grumps, where they made terrible cookies, and he's played Monopoly with Aaron on Game Grumps itself, or Guest Grumps, and has also played with Dan, the other member of Game Grumps. So I do believe Aaron Hansen would be a perfect, I'm just going to say Aaron, would be a perfect fit for a Feywild themed character, as he is a wacky, flamboyant person in real life, and he's an outgoing person. So I believe he would truly fit an extremely eccentric, wacky, goofball Fey character. Maybe a satyr or something like that. Effectively Garmelie, who was Artagan's, also known as the Traveler's, disguise when he first met Vox Machina. So I think a character like that would fit perfectly, especially with this chaos mess of a group. I think Aaron would fit in so well in the Feywild that it wouldn't even be funny. And this is backed up by a rumor I heard not too long ago. I believe it actually came from Aaron himself, where he said they're potentially thinking about him going on the show. So I do think this is a real possibility. I couldn't find the episode where he said this, but it had to have been fairly recent, within the last couple of months, as that's when Matt Mercer appeared on the Game Grumps YouTube channel. So I think this is a very real possibility, and I would love to see Aaron on the show. I'm a big Game Grumps fan. I don't think I've shown that enough. I'm kidding. I obviously have. I just talked for the last 2 minutes about it. So I do believe Aaron would fit super well with this group. So let's get him on. I think it'd be fun. So there you have it, the people I believe should be the next guest, or should return as guests for Campaign 3 Critical Role in 2023 and beyond. So without further ado, that's been the video. I will see you guys on Friday with a video that I've been working on for a minute. This video is going to be long, so prepare yourself. Clear some time on your calendars for a long video, as long as everything comes together. With that being said, see you guys then. Peace.